Hello people, today I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth into the extrude feature in Autodesk Inventor 2024. I have a video detailing how to use extrude and revolve in a different video, but I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into it today. So let's start that up. So to get this going, I'm going to open a file that I had made previously. Open that up, and here you can see I have 5 cube-like things here. And we're going to be using these to kind of experiment. So to start off, I'm going to go to 2D Sketch up here. And as we know, to start any extrusion, we need to have a sketch. So I'm going to come up here and select the rectangle tool and make a basic rectangle shape, basic square shape, just on top of this block. It doesn't need to be dimensioned right now, I'm just kind of showing you guys how this is going to work. So now that we have the sketch, I'm going to go to the extrude tool up in the top left here and click on that. And since this is the only profile available, it's going to auto-click on that, but if it happens to not, then you can come up to select profiles and click on that profile. Now, the basic thing that we're going to want to go over are these booleans down here. It's under the output tab, and a boolean is a way that you can extrude a 2D shape that you have for a profile. So we have join, cut, intersect, and new solid. And we're going to start with join. And join is the normal extrude feature that I've been using in previous videos. It's the most common in my opinion. And it basically lets you shoot out as far as you want. I can type in a number, 2, and it will extrude a shape out that far. So now we've got this shape, which is very nice. We use that often. I'm going to double click on this extrusion again to edit that. Now we also have the cut tool. And cut basically does the opposite of extrude. It's going to cut away at a block you already have made. So as you can see here, if I go farther into this block, it will cut away at it. So if I stop right there, it will make a cut into this block, and now it's just kind of a cavity in there. If I go back into that extrusion, I can cut all the way through, and you can see it made a hole all the way through it. It's a very useful tool. Now, we can use the intersect tool. The intersect tool is pretty cool. If you click on that, it will basically it will take a previous shape that you've had, like this cube, and wherever you extrude it, it will keep that much of that shape. So if I click OK here, it basically cut out everything except the area that was inside of my 2D shape that I extruded. So if we go back into there, if we only used half of it, it would only keep that little part of that shape. Now, let's go over the new solid tool. The new solid tool is pretty much the same as the join tool, but it has one big contingency. You can make a new solid right here, and let's click OK, and it looks pretty much the same as it would for a join boolean. But if we come over here and start a new sketch on this plane, just throw in a quick rectangle right here, finish that sketch. Let's just do a normal join. It's going to be the same size. Now, we have this new solid right here and this join. If I go to make a chamfer or fill it up here, whichever one, if I click right here, it's not going to act like these two are connected. This is going to be its own part, and it's going to chamfer kind of weird. If I was to do chamfer right here, though, on the join, then it will act as though these two parts are the same. So this kind of allows you to make interesting geometry right here, where it cuts into the part, and this one where it connects to a different part. So it kind of just depends on what you want to do or what application you have there. So let's do a little bit more with the extrude tool. I'm going to unhide this datum plane right here, and I'm going to start a new 2D sketch. I'm going to start it on this plane, and I'm going to come over to this staircase kind of looking thing right here. I'm going to make a general sized square. Finish my sketch. And now, let's hide that plane again, just for aesthetic. I'm going to go to extrude up here. And since this is the only highlighted one available, it's going to automatically choose this one, this profile. And now, let's go over the through all command. The through all command will basically go to the end of any object that you have in its path. So as long as you have a solid in the way of this extrude and you click through all right here, it will go to the end of this shape, which is very nice. Now you can also use the to command, or to selected. If you select this plane right here, it will only go up to that spot. But if I happen to choose this one back here, it will go back to this one. I could even choose the very back, right here, and it will go all the way through, kind of like the through all command. And this is good for if you don't want your extrusion to go too far, but you have a very specific distance that you need it to go. So I find that very useful. You can also use the to next command. And the to next command, let's close out of that. The to next command will basically extrude to the next solid surface that it can find. So as you can see here, it's not cutting into the part, it's just going to the surface of the next solid that it sees. If we were to just do a normal through all, you can see it intersects right there. If we go to next, it will only go to that surface. And that's good if you don't want intersecting parts for some reason. We can keep that there for a second. This will also work on slanted objects, I suppose. Let's turn that work plane on again. Start a new sketch. And let's make another rectangle. Just a random size right there. And hide the datum plane again. Now, so I'm hiding the datum plane by clicking on it and holding down Alt and then V. It lets you go back and forth. Very nice. Now back to this. Let's go to extrude up here. And since it's the only profile, it's auto-selecting. I can go to, well, let's face it this direction. And to next. As you can see, it will only go up to this surface. Very helpful. If I go through all, it'll cut all the way through. Same as before. Now, the last thing that I want to show you guys, after we close out of this, let's start a new 2D sketch on this block. Let's make another randomly sized rectangle square. And let's go to extrude. And for this, let's just do a normal join. Let's make it go out. That doesn't really matter. The very bottom right here, under advanced properties, you might need to click this arrow. There is a taper option. So you can set in a degree right here. Let's go 14 just for fun. And you can see here that it shot out at a degree of 14 degrees, which is very cool. If we go back to edit this, we can actually pull this right here, or click on this, I suppose, and then we can drag this arrow right here to change the degree that we want it to go to, basically, which is very cool. If we want it to go inward, we can do -10, leave it like that, and then it will make a kind of spike thing. It's very nice. I use that often. I like all of these tools, and it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Alright guys, that's going to be the end of this video. If you liked it, then leave a like below, comment any questions that you have. You can go to my Instagram, which is going to be in the description of this video, and send me a message if you have anything to talk about. Love to hear any ideas for videos that you guys want made, and yeah. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I will see you later. Have a good one, and goodbye.